Today I'm going to be playing a Patreon deck from Tanner Larson. So the idea of this deck is that it's a Cthulhu hunter, and we draw into all of our Cthulhu pieces with Arcane Fletcher. So overall we don't play that many spells. We have the 4 Cthulhu pieces, 2 9 lives, and 2 tracking. You'll see that with the 9 lives we have a lot of card draw, and with tracking we dig through our deck pretty quickly after landing an Arcane Fletcher turn. To support the Arcane Fletcher, we've got 2 Dwarven Sharpshooter, 2 Animated Broomstick, 2 Evil Cable Rat, and 2 Infested Goblin. But of course, Arcane Fletcher can't be our only source of card draw. So we've also got Diving Griffin. The Griffin can also draw the Broomsticks we already wanted to play, and they also draw into Imprisoned Vile Fiends. We've also got 2 copies of Loot Hoarder for card draw. Loot Hoarder has some synergy with 9 lives. Also having synergy with 9 lives is Ursatron. And then to be drawn with the Ursatron, we have a bit of a mech package. We've got an Oblivitron, and along with the Oblivitron, we've got 2 Safeguard and a Claw Machine. Claw Machine also has synergy with Diving Griffin. And then finally, because all the Cthulhu pieces are 5 mana spells, we've also got 2 copies of Sunreaver Warmage. So yeah, that's the deck. I'm always a big fan of Arcane Fletcher shenanigans, so I'm looking forward to it.
Give me strength.
Let the hunt begin.
Alright, so I don't think I'm keeping Broomstick off the mulligan, probably not Cable Rat either. Imprisoned Vile Fiend is like pretty good, but I am up against Priest. Do I want Vile Fiend against Priest? Maybe it's good against like Sethek Veilweaver or something. I'll keep it, why not? I do like the turn 1 Sharpshooter. Easy Vile Fiend here. Easy Ursatron on turn 3. Not too worried about any of those. Man, my opponent has probably never been so disappointed by a Madame Lazul. He can probably use the Sunreaver Warmage at some point though, so I have to imagine that's what he picked. Alright, here's the Vile Fiend coming in clutch, even though I wasn't expecting it to be that good. I picked up a Safeguard to go with my Oblivitron, that's nice. Yep, he did take a Warmage. And it's active, so what does that mean? Soul Mirror? What else would they even have? I don't know. Well, my Warmage is not active, and I can't really play tracking and risk hitting multiple Cthulhu pieces. So it looks like my turn is Ursatron Hero Power. Maybe could have traded into that thing. But it's actually pretty useful to reduce his life total a bit before Cthulhuing him. There's the Sethek Veilweaver. Currently, okay, the Claw Machine means that I can pretty much always kill the Veilweaver. I don't think there's ever a 0 cost spell that prevents that. I did pick up Body of Cthulhu, so my Warmage is active now, but I still think Claw Machine was the play this turn. Okay, Arcane Fletcher. I only have 2 1-drops in my hand, and I still have... Well, now I drew tracking, so I have 5 spells in deck, it looks like. Well, I'm probably just fine playing Oblivitron here. Does 3 to this, he heals it up to 5. I can't really War Mage it. It's probably still fine, though. I'm definitely saving these Scarabs for the Fletcher. I said I have 5 spells in deck, right? So I would like to draw... I mean, I would like to draw 3 more 1-drops, but at least 1 or 2 before I play the Fletcher. Let's go Safeguard. Unfortunately, the Safeguard having 4 power probably makes him want to heal the Kronks, which is bad for my War Mage. Okay, or not. He hits the 50-50. Okay, Diving Griffin. I have 2 Broomsticks, a Vile Fiend, and another Griffin. Well, I can play Griffin and War Mage, so that's probably just the play, right? I could go Griffin Body. That turns off my War Mage. Let's just see what the Griffin does. Imprisoned Vile Fiend. That's probably the worst one I could hit here. I guess I kill this thing. I said it earlier, but like dealing chip damage to him is good for when my Cthulhu finally comes out. So preventing him from healing 5 every turn seems pretty good as well. That's a hell of a dragon. Oh, I drew my Maul of Cthulhu. Nice. That was the best card I could draw this turn. Man, my hand is so awkward. I guess I can always just play Body of Cthulhu next turn, though. But, like... I don't know, I'd really like to hit another 1-drop for the Fletcher. I can't play these trackings. Can't play the 1-drops, obviously, because they're for the Fletcher. But it's kind of hard to totally whiff with how my deck is looking right now. That's a little bit obnoxious, though. Safeguard. Man, Animated Broomstick was so good because I could play the Fletcher and kill this skeletal dragon. I do feel like I want to play this because it's giving him big stats that can soak Cthulhu missiles. Maybe I just YOLO play tracking here. It's pretty unlikely that I hit exactly both of my Cthulhu pieces. And like, if I hit a Broomstick, it's pretty good. I don't know, I guess there's not much other than the Broomstick I'd really be looking for. Actually, I guess I can Fletcher play my 1-drops, and then I almost always hit both pieces of Cthulhu, or one of the pieces of Cthulhu here. I didn't. Alright, Broomstick. Probably should have played tracking here, but I was roping. Alright. This kind of worked out. It was a little bit risky. I got really unlucky to hit double 9 lives off the Fletcher. What were the odds on that? I guess it's like a 1 in 6. 1 in 6 is fairly unlucky. Oh. Well, that needs to die before I try to play Cthulhu. Or even Eye of Cthulhu. I wish I could play Spider Bomb in this deck. That'd be really good off 9 lives here. Yikes. How do I kill Zeraku? I mean, I can try to hit like a Freezing Trap, but he's not going to attack into that, is he?
You will regret this.
Draw a minion, give it +3/+3. Unless it's animated broomstick, it's probably not very relevant. Oh no, it was pressure plate. Fuck. Pressure plate was the better pick there. Damn rope. Totally my fault for roping though. There's the soul mirror I thought he might have. Let's go claw machine. Maybe Cable Rat can find an answer to Zeraku. Definitely can't play I, because I risk activating Zeraku. There's nothing I can really track into that would be any good. I mean, I probably play this, I don't know. Not really sure what I'm going for here. Probably the pressure plate. It's a lot less good here than it was last turn. But whatever. My board is pretty insane here for him to no longer have a soul mirror. Missed and snipe. Really? Shooting the 6-1? I guess he's trading into the 6-4. Slightly annoying. Oh, I can kill Zeraku here. Hell yes. So I one-shot this, trade, and then I can sharpshoot it. And then what? Try to Eye of Cthulhu Sethic Veilweaver? Not sure what the odds are. If I had 4 health, it'd be a 50-50, so it's better than 50-50 to kill it. There's also a world where I just go Heart of Cthulhu here. I don't know, it kind of seems like a waste of my stats.
Hey, give me that.
Die, Sethic Veilweaver. Nice, 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 nice. I have 4 cards in deck, I draw 1 next turn, I play Heart of Cthulhu. I kind of want to play Tracking here. I think Loot Hoarder basically accomplishes the same thing. I already have a Loot Hoarder in play, I'm drawing next turn, that's 2 of the cards, so I play another Loot Hoarder, that's 3 of the cards. And then I guess I can just play Tracking next turn. Like, I think I'm taking a fatigue damage either way, so it's probably fine. Is there any reason for me to, like, not leave Cthulhu in my deck? I mean, if he had Mind Render Lucia, we would have been through that already. I think the order here is trade with Loot Hoarder, play Tracking, and then we Heart of Cthulhu. I believe this makes sense. Still has a Skeletal Dragon card in his hand. Even if it's like a Ysera or a Deathwing or something, it's kind of fine. I don't know, I guess I play Fletcher. There's maybe a world where I should have just hero powered his face there for guaranteed damage. But I think him being at 19 with me being ahead on board is fine. Please summon things and then play Heart of Cthulhu. Thank you. Well, I think he's only putting 3 extra health in play here. So he's just dead to Cthulhu by 1, right? Nice. This deck actually worked. Sick. Alright, so I'm going to be honest with you. When I first saw this deck list, my thought was, I really like the idea, but wow, this is going to be bad. But in practice, it actually hasn't felt as bad as I would have expected. I'm not saying it's a good deck, but it's not as bad as I would have expected. Alright, so I just played against a warrior, and it seems really impossible to beat warrior with a Cthulhu strategy. Is there like some way we can copy our Cthulhu? Is Cthulhu a beast? Unlucky. Yeah, it doesn't really look like there's a way we can copy our Cthulhu. Can we return it to our hand? It doesn't look like it. Can we change the cost of our Cthulhu so that we can return it to our hand? Well, we could Geppetto with it, technically. But it would be really hard to do that. Because the turn we shuffle Cthulhu, we have to play a 5-cost spell. And at that point our deck is going to be all minions, so it'd be really hard to target with Geppetto. Yeah, so I'm kind of feeling like we might just have to concede the warrior matchup, which is fine, I guess. I guess maybe we could play like Silas to steal Rattlegore. That would be a way to help the warrior matchup. But that's like a really dedicated anti-warrior tech. Alright, screw it. I can't figure out another way to beat warrior, so we'll try Silas. Probably makes literally every other matchup worse. But I don't like having 0%ers. I think a card I'm looking at cutting is Infested Goblin. It gives you 2 things for Arcane Fletcher, but I feel like I'd rather the Goblin just be like a relevant 1-drop. So for now, let's go ahead and cut that. He did send me another version of Cthulhu Hunter that plays like Yashiraj as well. But I don't really see like this sort of build having the juice to beat warrior either. And in general, I like the other build better, so I think we're going to stick with that. Alright, so what do I not like about this deck? I don't like Infested Goblin. I think I don't like Imprisoned Vile Fiend. Like, it's good on turn 2, but not really after turn 2. And after turn 2, we hit it with Diving Griffin a lot, which I always found to be kind of disappointing. So I don't think I like the Vile Fiend. Cable Rat, I think I would like the Infested Goblin. I think I would rather just play a 1-drop in this slot, but if I can't find one, we can come back to Cable Rat. What else is there? I mean, I don't necessarily know that I love the mech package. But, I don't know, for now it's kind of fine. Let's see where the deck takes us. Alright, so I want to find 1-drops that I want to play in this deck. Oh, Mystery Winner's probably pretty good, right? Just a good 1-mana card. Let's play a couple of those. Wolpertinger is fine, but I think I'd rather find something better if possible. Okay, starting to see why you went for Cable Rats instead of 1-drops. Like, Tour Guide's insane, but it doesn't really fit what we're trying to do with the deck. What about Safety Inspector? Shuffle the lowest cost card from your hand into your deck. I mean, on the Fletcher turn, that's going to shuffle 1-drops, right? We can always just play it last on the Fletcher turn, I guess. And it can help us, like, dig for the Fletcher, which is maybe good. We'll think about Safety Inspector. Penflinger is a good one-drop, but I don't know if it really has the synergies in this deck, although Mystery Winter does make it a little bit better. We could consider Penflinger. Maybe if there's like another spell I want to add, then Penflinger starts looking pretty good. Oh, we could play Infectious Sporling. It has synergy with the animated broomsticks we're already playing. This is getting pretty creative, but might be good. Alright, let's see if there are any spells we want to play, because I think that will affect the Penflinger. Oops. Alright, the only spell I can find that I would even really consider playing is Explosive Trap, so Penflinger is probably not going to make the cut. What about card draw? I kind of want to play Scavenger's Ingenuity to find the Griffins. I'll have to see if there are any other beasts I can play in this deck. Looks like we're pretty maxed out on reasonable card draw. Let's see if there are any beasts worth playing for Scavenger's Ingenuity. I mean, I could just play Wolpertinger. It's a one-drop. If I hit it with Ingenuity, it can kind of carry the early game a little bit. That might be worth it. Does Mok'Nathal Lion do anything? I mean, we do play some Death Rattles for Mok'Nathal Lion. The Beast with Rush. Let's just make room for it for now. Trampling Rhino is also a Beast with Rush, but I don't think that really helps our game plan much. All the one-mana beasts other than Wolpertinger are pretty bad. I mean, I guess Cable Rat's a beast. I think I'd probably rather just play Wolpertinger than Cable Rat, though. Alright, let's see what Rush minions we can play for the Griffins. I think I'm kind of okay with double Griffin, double Broomstick for now, but I mean, maybe there's something we're missing out on. Oh yeah, we have Claw Machine as well. Could definitely play Faceless Corruptor in this deck with so many ones. Probably not really worth it, though. Alright, so I think I've decided that Scavenger's Ingenuity does belong in the deck. Mok'Nathal Lion was a good idea while it lasted, but I don't think it's going to make the cut. I currently have 6 different one-drops, which is probably too many. I think Broomstick, Sharpshooter, Mystery Winter are for sure. All the others are kind of experimental. Infectious Sporling is probably the worst of those experiments. I didn't really like the Sunreaver War Mages that much in my experience. Maybe I can cut those. Maybe I could cut a 9 lives actually, now that I added Ingenuity. 9 lives for Safety Inspector. Man, these Safety Inspectors look sketchy. Let's try this though. I think this is at least an interesting evolution of the list. Actually, let's make sure the mech package is what we want it to be. That's something I didn't check. Can't really imagine there's much else we'd want to play. Maybe Darkmoon Tonk is better than, like, Safeguard. Like, we do need our Cthulhu to actually kill people. Darkmoon Tonk can soften them up. But Safeguard definitely feels better to play from hand. We could also play Dragonbane just because the card is ridiculously overpowered. But it doesn't really fit the deck that well. Yeah, the current mech package is probably fine. Alright, I just played against a Warlock who conceded on turn 1, so let's see if this game goes any better. Rinling's Rifle is always a card I'm not sure if I should keep. It's pretty good. Probably keep it. And I think I'm going to try playing Safety Inspector on turn 1 this game. Wow, tossing a Wolpertinger when I have a Fletcher in hand. Is that the play? Oh, actually it shuffles the coin. Is that the play? I draw coin later on with Fletcher. Let's just play Wolpertinger this turn. Alright, so Safety Inspector or not Safety Inspector? I think I probably just play it. My hand's not great. Alright, picked up a Safeguard for my Oblivitron. Alright, it ate a Soul Shear. Another tracking. Oh, do I risk just playing a tracking here? I mean, it doesn't usually screw me over that hard. I'm just gonna play one, I think. Obligatory Cthulhu piece. And we will take a mystery winner. Which at this point I probably just keep for Fletcher. Made sense to get on the board in the first couple turns, but we're getting close to the Fletcher being active.
It's perfectly fine to me.
I hunt alone.
I don't really want to take 12 damage from this. Might not have that much of a choice, though. Well, I'm gonna feel dumb freezing it now, after putting 2 damage into it. Let's go Snake Trap. It's good with my Safeguard, I guess. Easy Maw of Cthulhu here. Snipe, Explosive, Open the Cages. Well, Open the Cages does go nicely with the Snake Trap I took last turn. Explosive seems kind of bad in the matchup. What does Snipe do? Could hit an Aranasi Broodmother this turn. Let's go with Open the Cages. So I'm hoping I can get away with playing Oblivitron this turn, but if I have to play Safeguard, it's kind of fine. That's a big boy. I'm gonna play Oblivitron here.
Look what I brought.
This board is spooky. Oh, he didn't attack here. Heart of Cthulhu. Heart of Cthulhu's actually pretty decent. I think I like it. The damage on my Oblivitron isn't really relevant because I'm trading it off here. Oh shit, I totally forgot I had an Ursatron in my hand. That makes this way worse. I'll just not hit it though. Oops. Well, I got to kill some of his small stuff. And it does soften up his guys for Eye of Cthulhu this turn. Don't put me to 1. So I have Cthulhu does 7. I mean, I'm actually just really close to clearing his board already, so I have Cthulhu is pretty much a guarantee. Might even just go like Safeguard Broomstick. I don't really want to play the Broomstick with Fletcher. Maybe I'll just play Fletcher this turn? I only have 4 spells in deck. I can draw 2 of them. Maybe Fletcher is the play.
One shot, 3 kills. Bet there's something great inside.
I have a Snake Trap in play. I'm kind of scared, so I'm gonna pick Snipe, I guess.
Hey, give me that.
Oh, I forgot I had a coin in my deck. That actually did change things a little bit. Well, I am at 1, but I feel like it's not easy for his deck to deal 1 damage from hand.
Look what I brought.
Yes, get sniped, idiot. Probably want to use my claw machine to take care of that. Diving Griffin. I do only have 1 beast left in deck for this Scavenger's Ingenuity. What if I go like Ingenuity, Diving Griffin? I mean, I can also play the Broomstick here to draw a card. That's 6 mana. I guess I could just play the other Diving Griffin. Actually, we're playing 9 lives here, right?
Say the magic word.
Could have given my safe rush. I just played that in a different order, I think. But it's okay. I'm actually in a very reasonable position here. I still have a safe. So I can just play both of my Cthulhu spells. That would give me a 1 and 6 to draw Cthulhu next turn. I think I sort of like playing Oblivitron instead of one of the spells.
Dead or alive. I will break your body.
I found a new source of power.
That's a pretty good Silas, isn't it? Oh shit, this is a 4/6. My minion's so big, unlucky. It still seems like a good Silas, though. Guess I can give him a 4/1. I don't know, maybe I give him a 4/6 anyway. Is a 4/1 rush better? It might be better.
I wonder.
It's probably not that much better. So I put this here.
Moves quickly.
The Darkmoon Faire. Adventure and excitement to
That way. Nice. And I think I do want to kill that just in case he has like, I guess it would be like another cascading disaster would be scary. I mean, I am at 1, so I really have to protect my life. I do have to be careful to not take a fatigue this game. Sometimes you just take fatigue in Cthulhu decks because of shuffling being weird. But yeah, I will be dead if I attempt to do that this game. Unless he's gonna let me lifesteal here.
I am only more deadly.
He is not going to let me lifesteal here.
Almost out of cards.
Well, let's blast him.
Nothing but a bunch of
One
big
shot.
shots.
3 kills.
I could have just played my 2 bigger minions, or played my, like my second 4/6 dwarf instead of the 3/3. But I don't know, mana might be relevant next turn if I miss on the Cthulhu. I could want to go like safeguard hero power minion or something.
Twisted. I'm almost out of cards.
So he's at 32. If Cthulhu puts him to 2, I can just kind of kill him with hero power. He doesn't have any soul fragments in his deck. I think he drew a Broodmother already. If I try to go safeguard, he's just going to put more stats in play, I think. Alright, let's just go Cthulhu and pray that I don't hit the 1/1 spread. Okay, the Asheraj died. I mean, the best outcome there, of course, was that I just kill him. There was the super nightmare world where him and his minion both had 1 health, and then I just died getting attacked by the Asheraj. But that was really, really unlikely. Hey, we did it. If he hit both things there, would it have healed him and kept him alive? I don't know if it would have. Didn't matter though, he's dead. Let's go. Alright, let's go ahead and wrap things up with this Cthulhu Hunter. I think overall I do like the changes I made. Mystery Winter and Wolpertinger did feel better than Cable Rat and Infested Goblin, I believe the card is called. Actually, I should be used to this by now, but let's go ahead and pull up the old list. Yes, Infested Goblin. Let's see, I didn't really miss the Imprisoned Vile Fiends. I didn't miss the second copy of 9 Lives. Didn't miss the War Mages. So I don't feel bad about any of the cards I cut. I felt Scavenger's Ingenuity performed pretty well. The Silas was... It was supposed to be like an anti-warrior thing, but it actually came in kind of handy against a couple other decks, so... I don't know, maybe the Silas is actually okay. Probably one of the cards I would look at cutting, though. And then I think the final thing I added was Safety Inspector. I'm still not sure how I feel about this card. It was okay in a couple games and kind of bad in some others. If I was going to cut the Safety Inspector, like my main reason to keep it in is I just don't really know what I would replace it with. But if I was going to replace it, maybe like Infectious Sporling is kind of an ambitious thing you could look at as synergy with the Broomstick. And you could maybe like play True Aim Crescent with it. Not totally sure about that. This deck does totally lack weapons, apart from the Rinling's Rifle. So maybe like Desert Spear is another card you could look at. Although I'm not necessarily sure how great that is in this meta. If you're looking to add weapons though, you probably have to drop the mech package, which might be pretty reasonable. The mech package actually did perform a little bit better than I thought it would, but I still don't know that it's optimal necessarily. I mean, the Ursatron is a really strong draw card, so we do have some incentive to play the mech package, but we could play like Novice Engineer in this spot maybe, and then these 4 slots open up. We could play like maybe a weapon or 2. We could play... we could always play Imprisoned Felmaw just because that card is really OP. This deck would maybe appreciate a Zixor. Has synergy with the Diving Griffin and the Ingenuity. It would replace the Claw Machine. So I guess let's just see what the deck looks like without the mech package. I guess maybe we play Desert Spear. At this point, we're probably cutting 9 lives as well. And then, yeah, I guess these last 2 spots are Novice Engineers. Something like this could be decent. But, I don't know, maybe we cut out too much top end. Something else to consider is, even though it just got nerfed, Lorekeeper Polkelt could be pretty good in this deck. It stacks either the Cthulhu pieces or the Cthulhu. We would probably cut Silas for the Polkelt. But the reason I didn't include this initially is I feel like it kind of kills the vibe of Arcane Fletcher. So I don't know if Polkelt is necessarily a great inclusion, but it is something you could look at. Alright, well, I suppose that's the end of the video. Or at least the Hearthstone portion of the video. You may have noticed during the games that my eyes were averted from the screen. I was still paying attention, but my eyes were averted. And that's because I was going through some of my old Pokémon cards. You may have seen that there's been a little bit of a craze of opening up old Pokémon packs recently, so I was just looking for anything valuable I might have. So I was going to show, I found a couple Charizards. These are from Legendary Collection, and they're not hollow. So they're not like super valuable, but if they're in good shape, they can be worth like a couple $100 or something. That's pretty cool. And then I found a Rocket's Moltres and a Sabrina's Gengar. I think these are like the 2 most valuable cards from Gym Heroes, but neither of mine are first edition, and they're both like PSA 6s at best, so kind of shitty, but kind of cool. And then finally, I have this. That's right, it's Unknown J. This is actually like a promo card from like a movie or something. And for some reason, a PSA 10 of this stupid Unknown card was like $200 recently. Sometime this year. So yeah, I could have anywhere from like $40 to $500 right here. Probably closer to 40. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. Thanks for watching it all the way to the end. And thanks again to Tanner Larson for the Patreon support.